What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show, Jammin with J Money from SportsbookReview.com. And make sure y'all get over there, SBR video / NBA. Check out all the articles over there, everything. Make sure y'all check out the poker tournament as well, guys. Can y'all roll a video for me, please?
What's going on, guys? Lee Martin here to present to you UWager's third annual $1,000 Bounty Free Roll Poker Showdown with SBR. The poker tournament will be held on March 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time and will be broadcasted live over here at SBR headquarters. If you do not want to play in the tournament but want to just sit back and watch the event from the comfort of your own home, then you can watch all the hot action on SBR's YouTube channel at SBR Sports. If you do want to participate in the tournament and want a chance to win some extra cash for March Madness, then simply sign up for the tournament via sbrvideo.com/poker. You must have an active UWager account in order to participate in the tournament. So, if you do not have a UWager account, do not worry. Signing up is very simple and we have everything you need in order to sign up. Just head over to sbrvideo.com/poker. Click Join Now, fill out the information boxes, then wait until March 10th to register into the event. Registration for the tournament will begin at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 hours before the event commences. Registration is free, with a $1,000 prize that is up for grabs, and that is not the only prize to offer. There will be a $100 bounty on the heads of each of our 6 key personalities. The SBR personalities participating in the tournament are yours truly, everyone's favorite man Flash, Donnie Rightside, and Sports Keg CEO Jason Paglia. There will also be 2 members of the UWager family joining us in-house at SBR headquarters. So take your chances by joining us March 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time and try to knock us all out to win $1,000 or more. Again, if you want to participate in the UWager $1,000 Bounty Free Roll Poker Tournament with SBR, then head over to sbrvideo.com/poker and join now. Registration to the tournament is free, so why not join in on all the action and play for a chance to win $1,000 or more? Be sure to stay tuned to SBR's Twitter page at SBR Sports Picks for all updates regarding the event. Also, be sure to subscribe to SBR's YouTube channel at SBR Sports to receive all content updates. It's going to be a very fun and intense night on March 10th, so I hope to see you guys then.
What's up? What's up? We back, man. We back. Y'all make sure y'all go and check out that poker tournament. Make sure y'all go and check out that you know what I'm saying, all the stuff from SBR, man. I'm looking at the page right now, seeing if some stuff get hit. You know what I'm saying? Gotta stay on it. Teddy already know. What's up, Teddy? Everything good with you today?
Are you kidding? I don't know if I've had a luckier cover in my life than the one. I mean, really, when you think about all the little dots that had to get connected last night at the end of regulation and at the end of the first overtime and at the end of the second overtime, and they had to hit all 5 free throws at the end of the second overtime. Yeah, I got real lucky last night, man, with the Hawks. So that puts you in a better mood when the luck is in your favor, man. I'm in a good mood today. How about yourself?
Yeah, got to keep it going. Got to keep it going, Teddy. Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad, man. Could have went if the Jazz would have came through. It really would have been nice, man. But yeah, the Hawks they outlast in double OT. They outlast the Hornets there. It's pretty crazy. Kind of landed right on the number. I mean, maybe you could have got the 5.5. You could have got the 4.5. Either way, it's all about line shopping. But a lot of people just really got the tie. You know what I'm saying? Got the tie there. It was pretty crazy there. You know what I'm saying? The Hornets had time and time again to chance to cash it, but didn't end up getting it done there by the really 0.5 if you got on it early. Then the Bucks there once again. Man, I mean, Teddy, how crazy was that? I'm talking about. Look at the start lineups, and I see Anthony Kupo, and I'm like, that ain't Giannis when that's the one start with a T. That's his big bro. I'm like, oh boy, and I didn't see Middleton. I was like, oh boy, because I've never seen them ruled out. But when the start lineup came out, they just look at none of them played a minute. They risked the whole. And I was just saying the day before that they don't care about this game. Back to back in Denver. Yeah, I mean, you had to put a little bit of under on, you know what I'm saying, on that. Somebody had to put the under on that. You had to put some of that Denver in your pocket, man. You had in your pocket. You had to, Junior. Oh man, the Jazz, they did what they did, man. Junior tried to tell me too. What's up, Junior? Everything cool with you? You cashed that under yesterday with ease in that Raptors game.
Yeah, the total was 193. There was a really ugly third quarter. I watched that game, and I was watching the Atlanta-Charlotte game. I was thinking of Teddy. When Trae Young missed that free throw, I was like, Teddy must be going crazy right now. Then he misses that. Remember that he misses that floater. It's a floater that he makes all the time. Then there's like a coach's challenge that actually works. I was like, what the hell is going on in this game? Like the gambling gods were with Teddy all night. That was pretty cool to watch, though. Yeah, no, it was a good night. I mean, it went way under, but in this game you can't look back, man. It's time to get to today's card and see if we can cash some tickets again.
Exactly, man. We got a full card today, man. Full card today. We're gonna start with this first one, man. Celtics versus the Pacers. We know Victor Oladipo is questionable here. We know so Jaylen Brown is out obviously for the Celtics. They are coming off that tough loss versus OKC, man. I'm going to look at the videos of the coach. I mean, Kemba Walker saying, hey, we got to continue to play as a team. This one on all of us. We, lost as a team. So it's a bonus. He probable here with a little ankle injury. Doug McDermott is out for him. Like I say, Oladipo questionable with a little knee injury. Not sure if he's going to play here. He might lean to play. It's a little revenge spot for the Celtics, though, man. I think the Celtics going to get him. I agree with the line movement going up to 3, man. It doesn't surprise me whatsoever. It was open at 1, went to 2, and then I woke up this morning and it's hit 3. Doesn't surprise me whatsoever. I mean, they off a couple of losses. They have been in a rut, but I think it's time for the Celtics to get back on track. Junior, what you think in this one?
Actually taking the under in this game for a couple of different reasons. The injuries would be my first reason. A lot of moving parts in a situation where the Pacers offense isn't bad, but it isn't great either. Like they're one of those teams, their MO is defense. And recently, they played good basketball recently. I mean, they've won 7 of their last 10 games, and they've done that playing defense. During that span, they're fourth in the NBA in defense. They're only giving up 104 points per 100 possessions. And I think that with that, coupled with the fact that the Celtics still have injury issues, and not only injury issues, chemistry issues, I'm sure, Teddy's one of the guys that, I don't want to speak for you, Jay Money, but we try to learn from Teddy, and he's always reading the local papers. And it's something that I picked up in the local papers that it just seems like Kemba Walker's knee issue, it's a little bit worse than they're probably letting on. He's probably not going to play a lot of minutes in too many games until the playoffs come around. And with all the just moving parts that the Celtics have had recently, I think their offense is going to struggle a little bit against an Indiana team that's, again, their MO is defense. And again, not to be long-winded here, another factor that I believe is going to play a part in the defense that Indiana has to play is that Oladipo's out. Not only because of Oladipo's offense, but if you look at the 3 worst defenders on the team, it's the 3 injured guys. Oladipo, Malcolm Brogdon, and McDermott have been by far the worst defensive players in the rotation. And that's not to disparage those guys. It's just to highlight the fact that when those guys are out, their defense actually kind of tends to pick up. Obviously, their offense, is going to suffer a little bit, but this is a defensive team. This is not an offensive team. So I just think that 2 defensive teams in this game with questions definitely on the Celtics side in terms of chemistry with all the missed games leads me to the under 215.
Got you. Yeah, and it's down to 214. There's some place now. One thing, though, I can't say. I mean, Brogdon, they are a little worse on defense without Brogdon out there to start point guard. I mean, going Aaron Holiday from Brogdon. I mean, that's a huge difference there, offensively and defense. But hugely, I mean, Brogdon is not one to be messed with on the defensive end. You dig what I'm saying? And when he's going for it, he can be like a Patrick Beverly. He gonna be up in your face like a Avery Bradley or a Patrick Beverly. You know what I'm saying? Just like I put him in the same category with those guys. Brogdon,
but don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's a bad defender. What I'm saying is with all his injury issues, like he's just in out of the lineup. He's just never been healthy this season. I just think his defensive numbers are kind of showing the inconsistency, not in his game, but in terms of how he's been able to just stay on the floor. He just can't stay healthy right now. You know what I'm saying? He's always hurt.
Yeah, Brogdon out right now with a hamstring injury, so we ain't gonna even worry about him anyway. Teddy, what you got in this one, man? And the Celtics, man, I know they just struggled to pass through the house. They 5-0 ATS the past 5 road games, man. Gonna look at it. Them boys been covering. For some strange reason, been playing better on the road. They step out on the road here, and in the win they trying to get back. It's a little revenge spot versus the Pacers here. I mean, when I look at it, I already like the Celtics. They're not going to look. They got revenge. I mean, it's just adding fuel to the fire, in my opinion, Teddy. Well, I know you're not on it, but what's your take on this game?
Yeah, I mean, Brad Stevens is a coach who I've always liked in hostile environments. And the Celtics, you look at their point spread record in the Stevens era at home versus on the highway, you'll see the disparity. Celtics have been moneymakers in this role, and I certainly won't talk you out of Boston. All that said, I'm not getting to the window with the Celtics. The line's already moved on the game. And the quotes out of the Indiana locker room, man, they're as positive as I've seen in months for this team. That was a really good come-together, feel-good road trip. Oladipo, great win, great trip. Now we got to go home and take care of business. It shows our potential, especially when we have everybody healthy. There's still a lot of season left, still a lot of room to grow, still a lot of ththings we need to get better at, but we're on the up. And I agree with that assessment. They are moving up right now. Indiana, not a team in a rush to step in front of, although I'm not going to talk you out of playing Boston. It is certainly a Celtic spot.
Yeah, and I almost kind of hear a little fat and happy there. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, if Victor Oladipo and they shouldn't have won that game in Dallas. I'll tell you that straight up. And in the 2-minute report, the refs come out and say, okay, yeah, it should have been a foul on Duncan, which it was with a minute 32 seconds left to play, but still, the Mavs were about one at that point. It could really changed the whole dynamic of the game. Duncan was pissed. He still barking at the refs. They go down and get a score. The whole momentum changed from their play. They're supposed to be up by 3 points, but it's all good. It ended up happening. I'm not saying the refs going to be against them today, but I'm just saying they win there versus the Mavs, the most recent one. But hey, you got a team coming off a 5-game road trip at the house. You know what I'm saying? Coming back home. So we'll see. Like I said, if Oladipo doesn't play, it's really going to be tough for the Pacers, and that'll really help for juniors under as well. Let's get to this Knicks versus Wizards spot, man. The Wizards beat them twice already this year. The Knicks, they didn't cover 4 out of their last 5 games, man. Them boys, you know what I'm saying? They never, one thing I can't say about the Knicks, even a lot of people talk about their roster, but them boys never quit over there. My thing is, will they have enough offense to keep up with the Wizards here, Teddy? We know that them boys run up and down the court. I did see Bonga was questionable here, but I mean, he's just a little, you know what I'm saying? He's nothing too major to the Wizards. Obviously, Bill is the engine that makes him run. And I wonder, man, and I know Bill ain't really that type of player, but will he start sitting in the field? I mean, they don't really have nothing to play for. He just going too, but he ain't really that type of player that'll sit. If he healthy, he gonna play. You know what I'm saying? What you think in this one, Teddy? You think the Knicks have a chance in this one, or it's gonna be easy for the Wizards here?
So I watched the Wizards lose to Miami the other night, and the offense really bogged down in the fourth quarter. And it wasn't a game where anyone was hot. Beal had his first rough game in a while. Bertans wasn't going. I mean, it wasn't a game that the Wiz found any type of offensive rhythm. And when Washington doesn't have offensive rhythm, they're going to be in big trouble because their defense isn't going to win a whole lot of games and a whole lot of point spreads. All that said, from all indications, this is not a team that's let go of the rope. It's not a team that's done with their season. It's a team that, as you mentioned, they're still fighting hard on a game-in, game-out basis. And quite frankly, I'm not in any rush to get involved with the Knicks at the plus price, especially coming from the win, although the Knicks have played better basketball in recent weeks. And to be perfectly honest, this is the time of year I love fading bottom feeders. This year, there's not a lot of bottom feeders that have quit. The Knicks haven't quit. I'll talk about one that I think might have quit when we get to the game a little bit later, one that I'm not involved with this one.
What's up, Junior? You got any look on this one?
No, I just want to say what's up, Jordan. Good to see you. But no lead on this one. I just don't like, 2 really bad teams. I can't really figure them out. If I had to, gun to my head, it would be Wizards. Teddy said it best. It's not enough points to take with the Knicks. I'm gonna need more points than that. 4.5 is too small. So
exactly.
To pass.
Yeah, Wizards could be pissed off coming off that terrible comeback. You know what I'm saying? The boys closed their game on 26-5 run or something like that. What's up, Jordan? Everything good with you? You have any looks on this Celtics versus Pacers spot or Knicks versus Wizards?
Yeah, thanks, guys. Sorry about the technical difficulties there. We got everything figured out, though. I don't have anything on Boston, Indiana. A little concerned about Indiana without Brogdon, but I think the market is overreacting just a little bit to that. I'm a little skeptical of that line movement in that game. I do have a play on New York and Washington. Not a side, though. I'm on the first half over. That's my lone official for right now, other than a few leans that I have for this slate. Basically, mostly just because New York tends to play up in pace, especially on the road in the first half. Their first half pace on the road has been about 101.5, which is at least a possession to a possession and a half faster than what they average for the season. And obviously, going into Washington, pace as much as possible in this one. It's been trending in the upward direction. So I'm going in on this one at 117 on the over, mainly because New York's pace. But like you guys were saying here, what I caught of the conversation, Washington's still trying. They're still playing, and their offense looks really good. If they're hitting their shots here at home, they could very easily put up a ton of points against this Knicks squad, especially in the first half.
Got you. What you think in this one, Teddy? This Cavs versus Bulls game. I wasn't gonna even mention it, Teddy, but I know you got to play on it. So, what you got on this game?
I mean, my write up here is as short as can be. Bulls can't be laying. All right, they can't be laying.
This guy, that's simple.
Check
All right.
Boylan announced today that they're officially playing for next season now. They're making changes during rotation. They're going to get the young guys minutes, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe it helps. I do not trust Chicago. And Cleveland, who's played much better over the past couple of weeks, no question. The quotes out of the Cavs aren't, oh, yeah, we feel good. We won a couple games. The Cavs are like, let's see how many games we can win. Let's do it again. Bulls can't be laying. Cavs are in pocket, plus 3.5.
The Cavs in pocket. Yeah, no, I can't mess with that one, man. I'm sorry. Junior, I ain't even asked you about that one. Jordan, did you have any quick looks on that one? If not, we can get to the Timberwolves versus Rockets game, my guy.
I may actually watch this game just to see Kobe White versus Colin Sexton, which is going to kind of be the Central Division point guard battle of the future. But other than that, this game appeals very little to none to me. So, yeah, good pass on the betting side of things.
Let's get to this Timberwolves versus Rockets spot, man. We know, and I'm sure everybody thought this. So when we see that 12.5, we like, damn, that's too many points. It's too many, but it always ain't that simple. You always got to go and look into stuff. But I'm like, damn, I mean, they don't match up terrible. You do have Robert Covington facing his old teams. You got a little, you know what I'm saying? Hey, might have a little inside info there. I'm not laying this. Look. In my opinion, the Rockets can't be laying right now, man. I ain't saying they should be underdogs here, but come on, bro, 12.5. And I know that they could blow them out. This could be a game where everybody thinks it's going to be so easy with Timberwolves, and they could blow them out. Timberwolves don't play really a whole lot of defense. They have their times where they can go on the road, be feisty. We saw them go and beat the Pelicans straight up as 11-point dogs in New Orleans. So they can do it on the road. I mean, man, look, it's Timberwolves or nothing for me. I ain't even sleep on the Rockets here. I don't care if they was 8.5. I still wouldn't be. I mean, I think it's 20 points, but hey, they ain't gonna put that 12.5 out there for a reason. But I mean, the Timberwolves, they look pretty easy, man. But nothing's easy in this league. Jordan, what you think in this spot?
Yeah, absolutely. You hit the nail on the head when you said you can't trust Houston right now. I mean, somebody may tonight that somebody may on the show tonight. It's not going to be me though. The total side of things, though, this is another one of my leans for that. I'm thinking about the over in this one. It is a ton of points for that as well. Not only is it a ton of points in the spread, but 246.5, 247 total now is creeping upward as well. But between these two teams, I mean, you look at their first halves over their last 5, they're both giving up about 65 points in that aspect against one another. That could push up to 70. I mean, we could see a 70-point first half from the Houston Rockets tonight. Would not surprise me one bit. If that's the case, the over is definitely the play because I think Minnesota's definitely good enough to keep up with them in that aspect, at least for early in the game. Whether or not Houston takes them seriously from the jump, I think is going to be the determining factor of this one. So that's why it's still kind of a lean and not a play yet for me. But if this line movement keeps chasing upward, I might have to jump on still. It's been going and going on the total side of things, at least a couple points here. So I may get on it yet, but I haven't yet officially.
Yeah, everybody in the chat was loving that Cleveland that Cavs played too. Teddy, everybody liking the Cavs plus the 3.5 there. Open at 4.5, down to 3.5. Hey, my guy might be up to something. Tell you like cheers. What's up, Junior? What you think? What you think on this? I already know what you're gonna say. I can't lay points with the Rockets. I already know. That's the first point. That's the first words out of Junior mouth.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even like the Rockets at their best price. So I will say this, though. This spread makes sense in terms of the fact that the Timberwolves have lost their last 7 games in a row by double digits. So they're losing by margin. When they lose, they're getting spanked. So it makes sense from that respect. But in my opinion, and this is not to disrespect anyone who's taking points, or who's laying points with the Rockets, but if you're watching basketball on a regular basis right now, how could you lay that many points with this team the way that they look? Like of all the criticisms that I have of this team and that we have of this team, because on this show, if you love the Rockets, you definitely don't like our opinion, because our opinion is usually not very high of them from a betting perspective. The Rockets just look tired. They look tired. This small ball thing looks like it just has them tired. So it's just too many damn points. And on the flip side, the way that the Timberwolves have been losing by margin lately, it's not enough points for me to take with them, honestly, because, again, when they lose, they get spanked around. So pass.
Teddy, you have anything on this one?
I know this. Houston has slumped. And when you think about the slump, they had that flat game against the Knicks coming off that overtime win against the Celtics. And then they played an elite defensive team in the Clips. And they played a good defensive team in the Hornets and a good defensive team in Orlando. So flat spot, 3 consecutive above average / good defensive teams. And now they're playing a team that's, again, from a defensive standpoint, doesn't bring it. Prior to this skid, 6 of the last 7 Rockets wins had come by double-digit margins. When they beat teams, they blow teams out. This is a team they can blow out. I would not be surprised if Houston gets right tonight. I'm not laying it because I don't trust them either. But I don't want the dog in this one.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I stayed off, man. That's why I stayed off, because, I mean, like I say, these are the games where people are just going to not even look into it and just say, oh, Timberwolves, easy. And I mean, it could cover. I'm not betting this. I'm not betting it. Like I say, they don't play enough defense. In my opinion, like I say, if they don't get going on defense, Russell Westbrook, Harden get going, and offensive crew, they started hitting their 3. I always say, and that's the thing with them boys, that when you live and die by 3 today's NBA, that's why these teams look good on one night, and then they look bad the other one. Or you can be up by 20, and then somebody come back on you once the momentum. I'm not playing with this, but the Rockets could smack them by 20. They could. The Timberwolves could beat them straight up, man, if they want to. I'm not messing with it. We got the Magic versus the Grizzlies, though. This is a pretty good game here. The Magic been balling, man. I'm telling you, I'm not in a hurry to bet against the Magic right now. They are balling, Teddy. Do you have any look on this game, Magic versus Grizz?
Yeah, and Junior, you gave me a really nice compliment before, talking about how, people are interested in my opinion on these NBA games. Well, I mean, they're interested in all of our opinions. That's why we're on the show. And we're interested in the opinions of the chat. And it's a community we all working together. I've been doing this a long time. You have too, buddy. Jay has too. And it's not like Jordan's chopped liver. It's a pretty good quartet we have up here. And I respect all your guys' opinions, even when we disagree. That's the goal, is to share info and learn. And I watch a lot of games. I know you watch a lot of games. I'm always interested in people that are watching the association as opposed to just betting the numbers. And that's why I think this show is as good as it is. That said, when it comes to Orlando, Memphis, bet on versus bet on. And boy, from a total standpoint, the Magic of what now? 11 straight overs, 12 straight overs. You've been riding that streak. You've been cashing in really well. But Memphis is playing the other way. Memphis has been an under machine of late. And boy, their defensive intensity has been spot on. And Orlando's a pretty good defensive squad. I would not be surprised at all to see this be a relatively low-scoring game. I hesitate to step in front of that Orlando over run, but this one does feel like a defensive struggle as opposed to an offensive shootout. Sidewise, two teams I'm not in any rush to step in front of right now. Not at all. But I do lean under.
Exactly. What you got? What you got, Jordan? What you got, Junior? My bad. You have anything in this Magic versus Grizzlies spot?
Yeah, I'm interested in the young Grizz at home. I like the spot for them. I got them -2.5. I just think that two teams actually in very similar spots in their respective conferences, both 8 seeds. The Grizzlies, in their case, trying to hold off the charge being made by New Orleans, and in the Magic's case, they're chasing the Nets for that 7 seed, right? Obviously, which has a lot of significance because you don't want to play the Bucks in the first round. All that being said, I just like the way the Grizzlies are playing defense, and in my opinion, when you have a team whose identity is offense, whose very young team likes to run up and down, score points, and they can lock it down on defense, I'm interested in them. At that price at home, just the way they look. Something that Teddy had mentioned. Their defensive intensity has ramped up. How about their allowing 95.6 points per 100 possessions on defense in the last 5 games, which is why they're 4-1, even though they're without Jaren Jackson and Brandon Clark, which we all thought was going to hurt them, which it did at first. But they've got a pretty deep little rotation happening. What's his name? The young guy that used to play for Phoenix, Jackson. He's come back from the dead. All of a sudden, he's getting minutes. I like what they got going on, and I think that Orlando's recent success, when you look at their totals, as Teddy mentioned, has come from the fact that their bench has really, really scored a lot of points. DJ Augustine and Michael Carter-Williams have been going nuts in the last couple of games. Just not really sure that they can keep that up. 2 defensive teams. I just think that Memphis wins out at home. They need the wins. They need the wins.
Yeah, it's a little revenge spot there as well. Orlando smacked them boys by 32 at the house earlier this year. Jordan, what you got here? You riding with your boys here, the Grizz?
You already know, man. I'm staring at -2 right now at my book still, while the entire market's at 2.5 too, and I'm thinking about hitting them again as we speak. Junior took a little bit of my thunder, citing the Grizzlies' beastly defensive rating over the last 5 games. They also have the highest net rating in the league of those last 5 games at +16.5. This team's got some momentum, and it's crazy, like Junior said, that we thought they'd kind of fall off, and it was all signs were pointing to that after that little stretch they went through. And now they got a little momentum, and they're getting Justice Winslow and Jaren Jackson back later this week. Not tonight, obviously, but I mean, that thought of like, hey, we've been playing well. Now we're getting some of our guys back. They're saying Brandon Clark's going to be back before the end of the regular season. So, I mean, why can't it be the Grizzlies here? I think the Magic have overperformed just a little bit here lately. They have been, like Jay said, been playing really, really well. But the Grizzlies are a different animal at home, and if they're playing defense, if they continue to play defense here, they're absolutely going to slow down this Orlando team without Evan Fournier, who, in my opinion, is probably their best shooter. You're playing you're playing Nwundu and James Ennis, who you traded for early in the year, on the wing now against this Grizzlies team. It'll be very difficult to slow them down on the perimeter. If that's the case, I like them tonight. I'm thinking about laying the 2 once again here before my book moves to 2.5.
Got you. Yeah, I think that we'll see, man. We'll see tonight. It's gonna be a damn good game to see to watch, Jordan. Both of these teams fighting for a playoff seed. But we know that the Magic might be feeling good about themselves, man. Just beat the Rockets. You know what I'm saying? Just beat the Rockets straight up. The boys balling. It's last game of a little 4-game road trip before they head back to the house, though. And like you say, I'm surprised that it didn't look like they missed Fournier in the last game, but I'm sure we'll catch up with them at some point. Could be in this game. We'll definitely see. Let's get to the next one, man. We got a few more. We got like 15 more minutes left, man. Let's get to this Mavs game, Mavs versus Spurs, and a lot of injuries, man. I don't like that. I'll be perfectly honest with you in this game, man. It's way too many. When there's a game with this many injuries, I likely stay off. The Mavs going for the sweep. They beat the Spurs already 3 times this year. They going for the sweep for the first time in forever, man. They hadn't done this shit in forever. Usually it's the Spurs tapping our behinds, but hey, I need to see if Luka's in, man. He's questionable. With everybody's out, If Porzingis obviously is playing, but I need to see if Luka's in. Without him, I'm not. If Luka sit out, I'm actually gonna take the Spurs. I'm gonna tell you straight up. But it's too big right now for me to make a bet right now. I see it going up. I see it's touching some fours. So I mean, maybe we have some. I think Luka is gonna be pissed after that last game. He's, you know what I'm saying? Like I told you guys, the foul call he's supposed to get. I was watching the game always. He was really like 3 foul calls on the cool in the past minute that he didn't get. Man, that was at the house versus the Pacers, and they ended up taking the L. I said them boys gonna be pissed in this game. Who they played, the Spurs, have absolutely owned them this year. What you got, Jordan? What you think in this spot? You think the Mavs gonna beat them once again for complete the season sweep, or the Spurs gonna say, "No, man, it's an instant ride with the house. We ain't getting what's up." Let's see. DeJounte Murray out, Jordan. He out now. You know what I'm saying? What we gonna do here? Can you trust the Spurs now?
No, and I wanted to until you realize that now they're down not only DeJounte Murray, which is a killer for not only them but for him as well, because he was just getting his momentum back from being off all that time with an ACL, and he's been playing really, really well. And now they're going to be without Lonnie Walker, too, who's been playing really big minutes off the bench. Now you got to kind of bump Marco Bellinelli back in the rotation. I mean, I like Derek White a lot. I think he's a really good player, but outside of him, and no Murray, this guard depth is going to be really struggling. If Luka plays tonight, I struggle to find how they're going to contain him in any case. If the Mavs are fully healthy, I know what Dorian Finney-Smith is also questionable, I think, tonight for them. So he matters a little bit for their defense as well. So like you said, just a lot of injuries. It's hard to quantify for this. I'm probably going to end up laying off, but I definitely will not fault you for laying points at the Mavs here if Luka plays, because the Spurs without Murray, I think, is a huge injury. He was probably going to be the lone guy that was going to be able to stand in front of Luka and at least give them a credible shot at slowing him down. Without him, I don't know how they're going to do it. Maybe Derek White can, but he seems to be a little undersized for that role, to be honest.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. I almost wonder if my team is not even trying to win this game, man. I'm gonna tell you, if Luka sits tonight, they are not. So Seth Curry, these teams, the guys that didn't make the trip, man, Curry, Willie Cauley-Stein, Gilchrist, you know what I'm saying, Finley Smith and Brunson, which a few of them were sick and stuff. And obviously, it's not far of a trip, but I'm telling y'all, man, even with Murray, Lonnie Walker, them out, LaMarcus Aldridge them out, I'm telling y'all, man, if Luka don't play in this game, I think the Spurs gonna get us, man. They don't want to be swept. This is a I-35 series, Junior. What you thinking here? What you got, my guy?
We say it all the time on the show. There's just too many moving parts. What am I even handicapping? I don't know. If you're asking me what is San Antonio's actually, what's Dallas lineup going to be tonight? I don't know. San Antonio's lineup, you have a little bit of a better idea because they've had some injury issues, but now they've got a couple guards out. There's just too many moving parts. And by the way, this is something that I say on the show all the time. Just like you mentioned when with the Raptors, I am not good at capping the Spurs, so I stay away from Spurs games as a rule anyway. So I'm definitely out on this game.
Got you, Teddy. Any quick thoughts on this one? You have any quick thoughts on this game? Then we got 3 more games we're gonna try to hammer real quick.
Yeah, I got Mavs in pocket. I don't know what you guys are worried about. The Spurs. I'm hearing all this. The Spurs, they must win, playoff, must. The Spurs are ranked 12th in the West right now. They got 3 teams to jump before they even get to the 9 seed, let alone the 8th. Spurs aren't going to the postseason. They showed us that on this last one. This is not a San Antonio team that's going anywhere, okay? And we've seen that. And that's why they're about to get swept in their season series by Dallas. Mavs off a loss, 18-6-1. Doesn't matter who plays for Dallas. Mavs off a loss, 75% this season. I'm going to ride that today, and they were pissed after what happened last time. They're going to win this game. I expect them to win it by margin.
Yeah, they were pissed. I'll give you that. Like I told you, y'all already heard me say it. They was pissed, and I said they was going to be pissed in this game. I still need Luka out there, though. I don't give a damn. I still need Luka. I need that to be confirmed before I put my money down on it with confidence. 3 more games, man. Phoenix, and we're going to try to wow them. We got the Suns versus the Blazers here, man. The Suns just be as essentially home and home. The Blazers come back to the house. They literally say we came to the house, thought it was gonna be easy. And you know what I'm saying, a little feel good spot at the house. The Kings came out and smacked us, and we never could get back into it. Terry Stiles say, you know what I'm saying, even watching the film with the Suns, he say he don't think they're gonna shoot like that in the last game. Baines probably won't hit those, you know what I'm saying, threes like that, but still they got to come to play, defend the perimeter. I think the Blazers gonna get. And I'm not. It's tough to go against the Suns right now because they have been balling. But I do lean towards the Blazers in that game. The Clippers versus Golden State. Obviously, man, if the Clippers are full go and they want to, I don't care Curry or not, they should smash them boys tonight. I think that it'll be a little injury or something. I think that the Clippers ain't gonna go full go. I think that they might. I'm wondering when they're gonna rest Kawhi when it's not a back-to-back or anything. But I could see it, man. I could see it. I don't think they're gonna take this game super serious, even though they're off a loss. And Nets versus the Lakers, I'm hoping that LeBron sits. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping. I'm with the money coming open at 12, come down to a 10 this morning. Doesn't surprise me. 9.5 at Heritage doesn't surprise me one bit. Strain growing. Why would you force it here? Off 2 huge games, and then you got the Rockets on deck. Why would you force it right here? Y'all still win without them, but not by double digits, in my opinion. We'll see, man. But if he's ruled out, the line gonna plummet. But I think that he's not gonna play, in my opinion. I think the Nets will exhale spot for the Lakers. Teddy, you want to go rapid fire on these last 3 games?
Sure. I didn't play any of them. I can only play Portland. I don't trust the Blazers to lay with them right now. I really don't. And they're talking the talk. They've talked the talk plenty this year. So it'd be Portland or pass, but I passed. Same story with Brooklyn. I mean, it's the most obvious spot on the card today is Nets plus the points. It's a clear flat spot for the Lakers off the 2 huge wins. The problem is twofold for me. And again, another game I didn't play. I haven't made any money fading the Lakers this year. And there wasn't a lot to be excited about Brooklyn's win over Chicago the other day. Like, oh, we got the new, and coaching change. Hey, this is now a bet on team. The Nets look mediocre at best. So wouldn't talk you out of Brooklyn, not in my pocket. Clippers, Warriors, the pass. I really have no idea what to do with that one.
Junior, you want to go rapid fire, and then you can recap them with your plays if you as well, my guy.
Yeah, I only have one play in those last 3. Clippers bounce back spot first half -7. It's a pretty big number. Steph Curry. I mean, I don't know what you guys have seen. So they're saying he might not even play.
Yeah, he's out.
Even if so he's out. I like the Clippers in this bounce back spot. I don't want to overreact to what we saw against the Lakers. Everyone in the national media seems to be saying LeBron's now the MVP all of a sudden, based on a couple of games. I know he played well against Giannis too, but pretty sure Giannis has been the best player for the whole season. But that's another debate for another time. I just think the Clippers have been really solid.
Junior. LeBron in a better conference, and he's a lot older. You got to give him his credit there. He's been doing it against a lot tougher competition.
I'll say this. If LeBron wins the MVP, I wouldn't be mad. But I just think that Giannis has never really been bad at any point, and his team has been smashing everyone. So, anyways,
and they've shown that they could win without him. That also kind of hurts his, kind of hurts him as well, because when they play without him, they've also balled out as well. So when you look at, I see what you're saying.
Not
you always
lately.
can't, but it's a damn good argument though, Junior. And I had to let it be known, because I'm one of those guys. I think LeBron been one of the best, and at this age, you had to give him his credit. It is ball spots
for
and
sure.
all.
Like I said, if he wins
I got to jump in because I just gave out bad info. I'm seeing Curry as questionable. I saw him as out earlier, and now he's questionable. So I said he's out, and he's not officially out. So I'm sorry if I give out bad info. I got to interrupt you guys. I'm sorry.
No, that's all good. I saw him as questionable too, so that's why I asked. But in terms of what Jay Money said, like I say, in terms of what Jay Money just said, like I was saying, if LeBron wins it, I would not be against it. I just think Giannis, I know I like to say Giannis, has been doing it just for the whole season, and he's never been bad. And when you say his team is balling, not right now, they're not. But anyways, let me just be quick. I think it's the Clippers bounce back spot -7. So that's why I'm on that, just to recap my plays, just so everyone can go. That's the Clippers -7 first half, Grizzlies -2.5, and the under 215 Pacers Celtics.
What you got, Jordan? Anything on these last 3 games? And you can recap them with your plays, my guy.
Yeah, I want to know about DeAndre Ayton's status before I do anything with that Portland Phoenix game. But like Teddy was saying, I probably can't lay the points with them there. I know Brooklyn's trendy tonight, but I'm not going to touch them tonight against the Lakers late game. Just probably not going to know about LeBron's injury one way or the other before then. I'm kind of riding Junior's wavelength today as well. He's on the Grizz, and I'm thinking about the Clippers first half as well. It's very appealing coming off a bounce back. We've talked about that on this show countless amount of times. But that's just a lean at this point. Only official plays I got. I went ahead locked in Grizz -2 again, and I got over 117.5 first half New York and Washington. I'm thinking about that over in the first half of Minnesota and Houston, but haven't gotten there yet. Just a ton of points in that one.
Got you, Teddy. You want to recap them with your plays, my guy, before we get out of here?
Yeah, I got 2 in pocket. I got the Cavs plus, I think 3.5. I got Cavs plus 3.5, and I got the Mavs minus 3.5. So it's a 3.5 3.5 point Tuesday.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and I did the write up on the Mavs as well, man. Y'all go and check it out. But I did know it there. I'm waiting for the Luka to be, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that he's questionable here. I thought that he was gonna be, he's part of the pissed offness that I want from the Mavs here from that last game. He's the main one that's gonna be pissed. You know what I'm saying? So without him, I kind of feel like they're, in my opinion, I know my team, if they do sit him here, especially with all the other guys, in my opinion, they're letting Popovich get one over on him. But they should want to smash him, man. Well, Duncan, that injury's gonna tell everything, man. I like the Grizz as well, though. I like the Grizz as well with my guys. Little revenge game, Jay from 30-point loss. They got to win it at the house. They play a little different at the house as well, man. I like them. I like the Celtics there on the road. I like the line. The line has moved for a reason, in my opinion. It opened at 1. The rest of the movement just money coming in on them. It's money. I think it's for a reason as well. And the same thing with the Nets. I don't think LeBron's gonna play, man. We'll see if he'll force it, but they're not. I don't force plays. He's not finna force a game. I'm telling you, he's not. Growing strain. Remember what happened last year? Growing ain't something you want to mess with. He gonna sit this one out. He gonna play versus Houston. Don't be surprised to see somebody else sit out as well. You know, AD probable, questionable, game time every game. We'll see, man. You can't go against the Lakers too much, but they're off two of the biggest games of their season. I don't give a damn what you say, and then they got another one. So if it is a sandwich spots involved, but yeah, they could still come in and smack the Nets if they're not on their game. But if LeVert is on his game and Dinwiddie on their game, Dinwiddie from LA, he finna ball. I don't give a damn. I like the Nets, man. Leche, hey, those bookmakers.